years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Is Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Richard. Tiger Woods has done it. He has set the new record for consecutive cuts made at the Masters. Tiger will play the weekend after making the cut for the 24th consecutive time. He just finished an even par second round 72. 4 birdies, 4 bogeys. Perhaps more importantly, played 23 holes today after finishing up round 1 this morning and looking like he's done so without any physical issues. Tiger has never missed a cut at Augusta National as a professional. He sits at 1 over par as he heads to the weekend. He is currently 8 shots back of your leader, who is Bryson DeChambeau, back atop the leaderboard after a birdie on the par 3 12th. DeChambeau at 7 under. Max Homa finished up a 6 under par round through 2 rounds. 6 under is Homa, 1 shot off the pace. Scotty Scheffler also tied for second at 6 under par. Coverage continues right now on ESPN television and also on ESPN Plus. A handful of players announcing today their intentions to enter June's NBA draft. Duke's Kyle Filipowski and also Jared McCain, the top 2 scorers for the Blue Devils. UConn big man Donovan Clingan as well.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live, U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by Dan One Cigar Bar. Matt.
You're a loser, man!
Hey, shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. Hit the microphone. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. LSU spring game, mañana. Tigers Vols on Rocky Top in baseball. Mincy Hour 3. Theriot returns. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Well, the New Orleans Saints, just a couple of weeks out from the draft, not done making free agent moves. On Friday, the additions of a quarterback and a receiver. I want to delve into this and what it all means, not only for the team in 2024, but what it might mean for draft strategy. The receiver they signed, Equanimeous St. Brown. The quarterback is Kellen Mond, who unfortunately all of us here probably reacted the exact same way when we think of Kellen Mond.
From outside the 5. Mond looking that way. Got it! It's Rodgers! The Aggies win the game of the year in the Southeastern Conference.
Of course, 2018 LSU Texas A&M. 74-72 in a bajillion overtimes. That was Kellen Mond's highlight of his college career, which was an otherwise uneventful college career that involved a lot of stat compiling. It's weird. You realize Kellen Mond is one of just 3 quarterbacks in the history of the Southeastern Conference to throw for 9,000 career yards and run for 1,500 career yards. The other 2 are Tim Tebow and Dak Prescott. That's it. That's the list. Tebow, Prescott, Kellen Mond. It's like, which doesn't belong? It's that guy. Anyway, well, now that guy, I guess, is our guy. Kellen Mond did meet with reporters on Friday. He was asked what drew him to New Orleans.
And with Clint and Andrew Janocko in the past before, and just getting down here, and you kind of already hear it in the building, just about the phenomenal culture here. Great stability within the building, and just trying to make this team as good as I possibly can with the role that I'm given.
So you heard him say there about Clint and Janocko. So Clint, of course, would be Clint Kubiak, the Saints offensive coordinator. Well, Clint Kubiak was the offensive coordinator in Minnesota when Kellen Mond was drafted there back in 2021. A little more from Mond on his experience with Kubiak and Janocko.
Two really experienced guys in the NFL. I came in as a rookie into the system. So I think Clint does a great job at being able to attack coverages, giving quarterbacks, clean reads, and, whether pure progression game or, drop back or play action game. And I think just being able to keep a defense off balance, and obviously with, Kamara on the team, just having a running back who can make a lot of big plays in the run game, but also in the pass game. I think, we'll definitely utilize him in, some big time ways. And then obviously with the speed we have on the outside, I think Clint will do a really good job of trying to be creative and figure out how we can give, a lot of these weapons the ball out in space.
I think that's encouraging. The fact that if you're Clint, look, let's just do like the, if A plus B equals C sort of thing. Like, we all are very optimistic about Clint Kubiak, right? Is that fair? I mean, in this offseason, and listen, my hand's in the air. I don't know that there's been anybody over the last 12, 18 months that has been more critical of Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, the New Orleans Saints than me. I mean, you all know how I feel. Like, a lot of people have jumped on this bandwagon here after last season, but I've been out here driving this bus. Well, the one thing I think we can all agree is after the season, moving Pete Carmichael out, getting a new voice offensively, bringing in Clint Kubiak, trying to pluck a branch from that Shanahan tree, the Shanahan-McVay tree, that feels like that's the right thing. Well, if you trust Kubiak, and Kubiak was in Minnesota when they drafted Kellen Mond, then it stands to reason you could look at that and say, okay, if Kubiak's good with this, then I'm okay bringing him in. It's not like it's going to cost you anything to bring in Kellen Mond to bring him to camp and see if he can win a job. Well, this guy is a journeyman, right? Let's not forget Kellen Mond, who was a 4-year starter at Texas A&M. I just went through, where his standings are in the annals of SEC history as far as stat compiling. But he comes into the league in Minnesota. He's played in just one career game. After Minnesota waived him, he was picked up by Cleveland. When they waived him before this past season, he spent this last year in Indianapolis. So in his very young career, he's already, in 3 years, been with 3 different teams, and now his 4th team in his NFL career. Here was Mond on sort of being with his 4th team already this early in his career.
I think just everybody's journey is completely different. And, I think just over the years, just being able to be with different quarterbacks and being in different systems, I think it's going to help me out in the long run. And so, yeah, it's obviously not an ideal situation being with different teams each year, but I'm obviously glad to be here in New Orleans and, hopefully I can get some stability here.
So I think a couple of things. There's the player himself, which we just talked about, the connection to Janocko and Kubiak, which is fine. I think there's the fair question of saying, okay, well, what does this mean? The fact that the Saints have added another quarterback after you have Haener already there, you've already signed Nathan Peterman, now you're adding Kellen Mond. It's 4 quarterbacks, and then you can throw Taysom Hill on the heap if you want. So number one, my biggest takeaway is, and I don't know that there's many of you out there that still believe this, but Taysom Hill is not a quarterback and never will be. Not in this offense, that much is abundantly clear. You run the gadget plays and all that stuff, but for anybody who might have been holding out hope and saying, well, hey, they still got Taysom Hill, no, they don't. Yes, he's on the roster, but Taysom Hill is not ever going to be a quarterback on this team because it's clear when you're bringing in, you're drafting Jake Haener and you're bringing in Kellen Mond and you're bringing in Nathan Peterman, well, Hill's sitting there, they have no intention of ever making Taysom Hill a quarterback. I think this also means you are not likely to draft a quarterback. Look, I mean, we know what the Saints are looking at with the draft coming up 2 weeks from yesterday and what their assets are in this draft. But the reality is, when you look at where New Orleans is, with 9 draft picks in this draft. Like you don't have 9 players that are going to make the team. You're likely going to be packaging picks to move up at some point in the draft. And if you already have 4 quarterbacks, you're one that you used a draft pick on a year ago, you're not likely looking to draft another quarterback. So X off Taysom Hill, likely remove quarterback from this year's draft, crop. And then what it really means is you've got a 3-man battle for the backup quarterback job. I mean, Derek Carr is going to be your starter. We know that. But Peterman, Mond, and Haener will now be battling in camp for the number 2 job. Who's going to win that job? And I think competition breeds success, and that's all fine and good. So if you want to bring in guys to compete for the job, that's perfectly fine with me. And as I mentioned again, I'm okay with it because of that Kubiak relationship. The thing that's interesting with the 3 guys you have as backups, you have this sort of stair-step down degree of experience, right? So Peterman in his career he's 6 years into his NFL career. He's played in 15 games with 5 starts. So he hasn't played a ton. He's never been very good, but at least he's been in the league for more than half a decade, and he's started games. Mond, has been in the league 3 years now, and this will be his 4th year, and he's only played in 1 game ever. So he's still a young guy who's been a journeyman, but this staff really likes him. And then you have Jake Haener, who's the guy you invested some draft capital in a year ago, but you have a new offensive staff, so does it mesh? And I think maybe if you're super optimistic, you might look at Haener and say, well, could he be the next Brock Purdy? The guy who's a sort of an undersized guy who, was not thought of much in the draft, but this is the offensive system where Purdy thrived in San Francisco, and maybe some of the elements are there. So I think that's kind of what you're looking at going into the draft and beyond into training camp with the addition of Kellen Mond. I have almost no expectation of Kellen Mond in this year with the New Orleans Saints. I will quite honestly be surprised if he makes the team. It really feels like because you have the draft capital invested in Haener, he's probably your guy there, but we'll see how it plays out in camp. But you're adding, if nothing else, a camp body, another arm for training camp, and a guy that has some familiarity with this staff, so maybe it helps with that transition. So Mond was one player added on Friday. The other is wide receiver Equanimeous St. Brown, and please do not mistake him with his younger brother and the very talented Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is the distinctively less accomplished Equanimeous St. Brown, who incidentally played at Notre Dame under Brian Kelly. So if you look at St. Brown, he's 27 years old. He was a 6th-round pick of Green Bay back in 2018 coming out of Notre Dame. He's entering his 7th NFL season. Green Bay, Chicago, he's been around a little bit. I think when I look at this mostly, I wonder, are they adding Equanimeous St. Brown as another camp body, or is this a guy they're expecting to make the team? Because I do believe if they're adding Equanimeous St. Brown with the intention of him making this team and being a contributor, then I wonder if they're really looking at a receiver in round 2. Like, just map this out with me. In this offseason, you only have 3 wide receivers under contract. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, and A.T. Perry. That's it. From a year ago. And last year, at various points in the season, you had 11 different receivers under contract. So right now, you've only got 3. Again, from last year. So you got those 3. Olave, Shaheed, A.T. Perry. Remember, the Eagles have signed Shaq Davis, Michael Thomas, Keith Kirkwood, Lynn Bowden are all free agents. So there's been a lot of turnover there. I mean, guys like Marquez Callaway, I think he's in Pittsburgh now. Just other guys that had kind of bounced around the roster, you're probably not likely to bring back that were camp bodies or whatever the case may be. Well, you've added Cedric Wilson, you've got Stanley Morgan, and now Equanimeous St. Brown. So you've got 6 receivers under contract, okay? And you're not done. I mean, you're going to have more than 6 in camp with you. But the question is it a draft pick? Are they undrafted free agents? Do you bring back Keith Kirkwood, Lynn Bowden to try to make the roster, on a non-guaranteed deal? That's all possible. But if you're going to take a second round, a receiver in round 2, which a lot of us have talked about them doing, then whoever that player is going to make your team, and you're expecting them to be an immediate contributor. Well, if that's the case, then why did you sign St. Brown? Unless if he's just a camp body that might make the team, as your 5th receiver. By the way, Kirk Merritt, Jontre Kirkland, 2 others I should have mentioned. They're in the UFL right now. I guess they could, be camp bodies for you as well. I think if there's one thing that I would say is a positive with St. Brown, and I certainly would not consider him a lock to make the team. I mean, your 6 receivers right now, like Olave Shaheed, A.T. Perry, Cedric Wilson are all most likely going to make the team. It would be an upset if any of those 4 did not. So the question is, do you keep 1 or 2 more? You've got Morgan, now you've got St. Brown. Do you draft a receiver? Do you bring in other free agents? We'll see. But when you talk about your lead guys, Olave's entering year 3. Shaheed's entering year 3. A.T. Perry's entering year 2. It's a bunch of young receivers. A lot of your veteran experience in that room are gone. Your Jarvis Landry, who was here a year ago, he's gone. Michael Thomas is now gone. You don't have veterans in your receiver room. So when you add a guy like Cedric Wilson, who is entering year 6, when you add Stanley Morgan, who's entering year 6, St. Brown entering year 7, what you're doing, if nothing else, is at least adding some veteran presence in the receiver room for that unit that's otherwise very young. So I don't know if adding Equanimeous St. Brown means the Saints are definitively out of the receiver market in the second round. I think whatever they do in this draft with respect to receiver will be a pretty good indicator of what they actually feel about Equanimeous St. Brown, his opportunity to make the team and be a contributor. So on this Friday, the Saints add a quarterback and a receiver as they continue checking boxes the closer we get now inside of 2 weeks from the NFL draft. All right, our show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy in Louisiana with the great taste of Bud Light. Man, I was checking Mockler's social media earlier, and they have you could tell it's spring because, my goodness, they have so many events going on right now. Like, check out their you check out their social media, you'll see everything that they have going on this weekend, not just in Baton Rouge, but all over the state. Like, here's the weekend events list. I was looking at it earlier. I found it. Of course, they got the spring game at LSU on Saturday. They got the Fat Boy 5K in Baton Rouge on Saturday. In Morgan City, they got the Basin Brew Fest. In downtown Houma, they got the Friends of Terrebonne Cook-Off. Sunday in St. Francisville, they've got the Azalea Polo Classic. When I tell you, our friends at Mockler Beverage have been so involved in our communities for 4 decades, like this is proof of it. They've got events every single weekend where they are there, they're contributing, they're participating in community events, sponsoring community events. It's Mockler Beverage. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Okay, y'all, we'll knock out our first break of the show. Theriot back today. Excited about that. It's been a minute since we caught up with the Riot. Of course, with it being high school baseball season, he's coaching the Dunham Tigers with young Houston Theriot in his senior year. We're excited to have Ryan back with us here in about 43 minutes. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, I do want to get into what I'm looking for with Saturday's spring game out in Tiger Stadium. We'll get to that next on AFR.
AFR.
Y'all, it's 80 degrees in Baton Rouge right now. Of course, those temps all over the greater Baton Rouge area. The rain seems to have moved out, and we are inching closer and closer and closer to all those triple-digit temps that are going to be just suffocating us throughout the summer months. Y'all, before we get there, before we get to the summer months and those triple-digit temps, call River City's 1 Hour Air. I'm going to give you the phone number. Call them for the preseason AC tune-up. It's easy. They'll come out to your house. They'll give your whole AC unit the once-over. They'll clean it. They'll tune it up. They'll make sure it's running efficiently. So when it does get to be those triple-digit temps every single day, your AC is ready to roll. The last thing you want to have happen is something that's a very small, fixable issue, create a chain reaction that causes a very big, very expensive issue. Don't let that happen. Extend the life of your unit. Call River City's 1 Hour Air for your preseason AC tune-up. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile. on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I'm glad you're rolling along with us here, Theriot. In 39 minutes from right now, we'll go around the SEC. We will get to a lot of LSU-Tennessee talk this weekend, with LSU shuffling their rotation. The Vols kind of doing the exact same thing this weekend with a little TBA here on Friday. So we'll see how it all goes. Starting tonight, 6:30 up there on Rocky Top. It is a busy weekend. LSU is going to be in Tiger Stadium on Saturday for the spring game. Brian Kelly, when he met with reporters, was asked kind of how he felt or where he felt the team was going into the spring game. So with all of the spring practices in the rearview mirror, with just the one to go the spring game, here's what BK said.
We have a better sense of the areas that we need to get better in. Certainly players that we're counting on to play more prominent roles from last year. I think we walk away with, clearly a better feel for our football team and the areas that we have to really strengthen going into the offseason.
So with all that said, LSU is going to tee it up and kick it off 1 o'clock Saturday in Tiger Stadium for the spring game. And this is sort of customary. Of course, when we come back on Monday, I'll give you my reaction to the spring game. But I want to give you a handful of things that I personally will be watching in the spring game. Hit me a little music bed there, if you would, Muse. Let's get this started. There's 5 things that I'm going to be keeping an eye on Saturday in Tiger Stadium.
Make it 5.
Let's start with Kyren Lacy. This might be the most obvious one. I've talked about Kyren Lacy. You've heard everybody talk about Kyren Lacy. Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas are out, and Kyren Lacy has dominated spring football so far. Every practice where there's been media availability, it's been abundantly clear that this is the guy that everybody is expecting to take the massive leap. When it's actually a game-like scenario, and you all have the opportunity to see what we all have seen up until this point in spring practice, will he deliver? Keep an eye on number 2. Let's see how Kyren Lacy does on Saturday.
4.
I think the early enrollees are always interesting, because if you're going to graduate early and come to school for spring, you're doing so with the objective of being available to play on Saturdays come fall. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here for the spring. You're here for the spring because this is your jump start, right? This is you getting your sea legs. You show up like a baby giraffe. Well, by the time spring's done, you've had a semester, then you go into the summer. By the time fall's here, you don't feel like you're just showing up and you're swimming. You've already been through some of that to prepare yourself to play. So yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see PJ Woodland and Deshaun McBride in the secondary. Earlier this week, we got to see Gabe Relaford win some really significant reps against Tyree Adams at defensive end. Cohen Eccles, early enrollee, true freshman, is your number 2 center. Like, he is your backup center right now. If something, God forbid, were to happen at the center spot, you got a true freshman early enrollee as your starter. So yeah, watching these early enrollees, I think that's a huge, huge part of what I'm going to be looking for on Saturday. 3. Kind of dovetailing with the line of scrimmage there. I think one of the givens with this LSU team right now is your first offense, in particular the line of scrimmage, is dramatically outpacing your first defense. Like, we know what this team is on the offensive line. I mean, you have bookend tackles that are going to be first-round picks next year. You have 2 starting guards that are 4-year starters. And yes, you've got a second-year center, but a guy that Brian Kelly has said by his own admission is someone who is vocal and mature beyond his years and is ready. And by the way, that's the reason Marlon Martinez isn't here anymore. So I know the first offensive line is dramatically better than your first defensive line right now, but something I noticed last Saturday was when the 2s went out there, LSU's second unit had the upper hand. When we looked at that second unit on the defensive line with Sean Washington and guys like Deshaun Womack and Paris Shand, they really won the day against the second offensive line. You have Tyree Adams and Bordelon as your tackles. I mentioned Cohen Eccles as a center. You have a guy like Paul Mabenga out there. Some young guys developing, because I think what that shows you is your young talent on the defensive line is coming. Like, it's there, it's just young. And I think that bodes really well for the future. So let's keep an eye on that second unit on the line of scrimmage.
Number 2.
How about QB2? It's Garrett Nussmeier's team. Nobody's going to debate that. We all know that Garrett's waited his turn. He's a super talented guy. The maturation seems to be there. Son of a coach, everything. Timing with these receivers. The real question is, who's going to win the backup quarterback job? Because if something were to happen, Garrett twists an ankle, God forbid. He has explosive diarrhea and can't play. I don't know. Like, Dallas Turner cheap shots him, and he misses half a game against Bama. Like, I understand Dallas Turner's going pro, but you understand my point. Well, that's why you brought in A.J. Swan. A.J. Swan from Vanderbilt is an SEC veteran player. He's a young guy who has started in the Southeastern Conference, but you also have Ricky Collins, who's a redshirt freshman going into his redshirt freshman season, I should say. So you've got the really talented local guy who was part of the LSU signing class a year ago, and you've got the young veteran player who has some experience. So both guys are going to get reps with the 2s. Let's see who does the most with those reps, because I think that will go a long way to determining who is the backup behind Garrett Nussmeier.
1.
And at the top of the list, it's the secondary. I don't know how it could be anything else. Your secondary last year was atrocious. I mean, your DBU, yet you were historically bad a year ago. You scored 45 on the road against Ole Miss, but you allowed 55. Yes, and that was all 3 levels of the defense, but LSU a year ago didn't have any corners that looked like LSU corners. Well, J.K. Johnson is now practicing. P.J. Woodland, a true freshman, has been running with the 1s. You know, I think there's reason for optimism around a guy like Sage Ryan, who's a former 5-star, but his entire career he's only played nickel and boundary corner. Well, Sage Ryan's a safety. Let's see how he looks at safety. Major Burns. Brian Kelly said earlier this week he was sloppy in coverage at times a year ago. You moved him to the star spot. Let's see how that looks. Now, I think it's also fair to say that there may not be a single guy in the secondary today that has a job locked down. Like, I don't know that I could definitively say that anybody in LSU secondary right now is a 100% starter against USC. Now, I think Major Burns will start at star. I think that you'll have Jordan Gilbert and Sage Ryan as your safeties. And the cornerback positions feel completely wide open. But I don't think you can, with 100% certainty, say any of those things are a given. So let's see how the secondary manages on Saturday with really talented, deep receiver groups and good quarterbacks. Offense that appears to have the upper hand. Can those guys in the secondary, can anybody in the secondary make an impact? Those are the 5 things I'll be watching Saturday when LSU wraps up spring with the spring game. All right, it's after further review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. With 10 different locations, y'all, when it comes to Lee Michaels, if they don't have what you're looking for, they can get it or they can custom make it. At Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, they want you to thrill her with a gift in the red box. They want her to be over the moon. Every time she looks at that gorgeous, sparkling piece of jewelry, she's going to think of you and your love and be thrilled. That's the experience they want when they talk about the Lee Michaels experience. So they can custom make a piece of jewelry. If you want to surprise her and she doesn't love it, bring it back. They have an exchange policy. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. lmfj.com, lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Oh, my God. What is this bug crawling on the desk? This is a giant bug. Oh, my God.
I don't
know what it is.
Like a fly? Like a giant fly?
It's a big old, I don't think it's an arachnid. I don't know what that thing is. That's a weird-looking bug. Will the crazy, animal-loving people be mad at me if I kill this bug?
I was just about to ask you if you killed it already.
No, he's still crawling around.
Kill it. It's a bug.
You said it.
It's a bug.
Just flicked it. I don't know. I just flicked it. Maybe you want to across the wall. I don't know. I will do some reconnaissance in the break. I just flicked it. But I flicked him hard. And he was already wobbling a little bit because I flicked him once before. I flicked him into the back of this hat. And then he was still crawling around. I just flicked him again.
He's probably dead.
If he's not, he's woozy.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Assuming it's a he. Might be a she.
It's true.
It could be a she bug. All right. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, that bug needs to get Gordon. How about that?
Bug's going to sue you?
Can I get a rim shot, please? Get Gordon. Get it done. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. You've been injured? It's not your fault? Like the bug? All right, maybe not. Get Gordon. Get it done. Hey, our friends over at Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys have introduced Gordon's Grads, or reintroduced, I should say, Gordon's Grads. Every year around graduation, Gordon gives away a dozen laptops to graduating high school seniors. So if you are a high school senior or you know someone in your family, son, daughter, niece, nephew, whatever it may be, let them know. Go to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com. If you're a graduating senior going to college or trade school, you can enter to win one of 12 laptops courtesy of Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Go to gordonsgrads.com. Get Gordon. Get it done.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You've got one of the biggest traditions and one of the biggest names in our sport. And a lot of those guys that contributed to that national championship are still around. So it's a tall task, whether you're at home or you're on the road or you're playing whichever team. But this one certainly comes with a lot of boxes that are checked by what I'm talking about or what you refer to.
Tony Vitello previewing LSU. Tigers fall 6:30 p.m. Central Time tonight, game 1 of that series up in Knoxville. Look, Lindsey Nelson Stadium is probably the most offensive and hitter-friendly stadium in the entire SEC. We've talked about the dimensions all week, and Tennessee has played to that. They've hit 89 homers as a team. They've had 338 as a team. This is one of those weekends where you should expect a lot of offense. And LSU, while they've had a lot of success historically against Tennessee and even have won 18 of the last 26 against Tennessee, LSU's won 4 of the last 5 when you look at what happened in Omaha a year ago. And a 2-1 series win in Baton Rouge last year, which was massive at the time. But remember, I mean, Tennessee was the team that ended Paul Maneri's career in the Super Regional up in Knoxville in 2021. Tennessee swept LSU in a 2021 regular season series also in Knoxville. So it's been difficult for LSU to go get wins up there, in large part because of Tennessee under Tony Vitello has been built for that field, for the dimensions of that ballpark. It's not. I mean, I don't want to make a major league comp, but it's like the Yankees signing power hitting left-handers because you got a short porch and right. Yeah, you're going to sign power hitting lefties because there's going to yank balls into that short porch. So you build a roster and play to your park and your strengths, and Tennessee's done that. It's going to be a big challenge for LSU's pitchers. I would say the same for Tennessee. That's the equalizer, right? Both teams get to play in the same ballpark. So I would look for LSU to elevate a lot of baseballs this weekend because the ball will leave the yard there in a hurry. Okay, it's after further review. We're glad you're with us. Love telling you about Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com. We're going to go around the SEC in just a quick second. But remember, Michelli, hey, a big shout out from Michelli to all of the farmers in Louisiana. Spring harvest is just about here. So if you're getting ready for the harvest, Michelli can help with all of your weighing and measurement equipment. If you need all of that, any of those devices calibrated, they can help. If you need scales, Michelli's got you. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Of course, the ISO 17025 accreditation is available. The track system allows you 24/7, 365 access to all of your calibration certificates. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement. 76 years in business with 30 offices across 11 states. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com. Michelli.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Ole Miss Rebels.
Ole Miss defensive lineman Joshua Harris has announced his plans to enter the transfer portal. He made the announcement on social media Friday. Arrived in Oxford after starting his career at NC State, so he'll be playing a 6th year somewhere else with obviously 1 year of eligibility remaining. Harris has played in 51 career college games.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
3-star edge Anthony Addison has committed to South Carolina. Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks had him on campus 10 times already before he made the trip. Committed to South Carolina over Duke, Tennessee, West Virginia, the number 463 overall prospect in the country, the 42nd best edge for the class of 2025.
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
Arkansas has shaken up its football schedule. They'll start a little bit earlier than they had planned. Arkansas's opener against Pine Bluff moved up a couple of days, so they will start the season on Thursday, August the 29th. Of course, the big kickoff day for all of college football. The game will now be televised by ESPNU. It'll kick off at 6:30.
The Auburn Tigers.
Furman transfer J.P. Pegues has committed to Auburn and Bruce Pearl. 6'1 junior chose Auburn over Florida, Oklahoma, South Carolina. He was all conference this past year, averaged 18 points, 4 boards, and nearly 5 assists per game.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Bama guard Rylan Griffin says he'll enter the transfer portal after his sophomore season there with the Crimson Tide. Played high school basketball in Texas. No determination yet where he'll land, but he was number 45 overall player in the country for 2025. Suffered a calf injury before the SEC tournament, but did return for the NCAA tournament.
The Florida Gators.
And Florida forward Alexis Simzik has entered the transfer portal. Missed all of last season with an injury. Appeared in 14 games as a freshman a couple of years ago, though. Averages 2 points and 1 rebound per game. Okay, there you have it. That is around the SEC. We'll knock out a quick break, come back, and wrap up hour number 1. Nice win for the Pels out west yesterday evening. It was a late game. It was 9 o'clock local time. Baton Rouge tip-off 7 o'clock Pacific time. But the Pels got to a quick start and held on throughout. They beat the Kings, and now, with just 2 games in the regular season to go, Pels with a lot to play for. We'll talk a little bit about that when we come back. And we got an idea about Haley Van Lith's potential transfer destination and an LSU basketball player making his intentions known. All that when we come back to wrap up hour number 1 next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Glow Resources, glowresources.com. You know where to find them, GLO, glowresources.com. They are complete employer solutions. That's Glow Resources. Looking to hire? Tired of getting caught up in the hiring rat race? Tired of lacking efficiency and costing you money? Think about every single time you hire the wrong person, what that cost you. And opportunity costs and efficiency and all of the resource and manpower we have to go into finding a candidate. Forget all that. Let Glow Resources be a first option for you. Not a last resort, not a temp staffing agency. If you want that permanent solution, C-level management. They have a white-collar division. Yes, skilled blue-collar labor. Heavy machinery, equipment operators, welders. They can do all of that for you. It's Glow Resources. And yes, their corporate office here in Baton Rouge, but they have offices all over the country, and they place employees all over the world. It's Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Haley Van Lith has a visit set to Mississippi State. So she'll visit this weekend Starkville to see where her next spot may be. It was first reported to The Next Hoops. Talia Goodman had it first, that Van Lith is going to visit Mississippi State. So 3 years at Louisville, 1 year at LSU, and now she'll play her final year of college basketball elsewhere. Could be in the SEC there at Mississippi State. Van Lith this year averaged 11 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and a steal, and had career lows in her shooting percentages and three-point percentage. I'm going to say again what I've said several times about Haley Van Lith. There will be no Haley Van Lith slander here. She was one of the best scorers in college basketball when she was a 2-guard at Louisville. She came to LSU. Alexis Morris graduated. They did not have a great option at point guard. So in her senior season, when she had transferred with an opportunity to win and to propel herself to the next level, she switched positions and played a position that was unnatural to her, that she had not played at the college level. So everyone had grander expectations of Haley Van Lith and what she might do offensively, and I understand that. But she was asked to be a facilitator for Angel Reese, who's All-American, one of the best players in the country, but also a freshman, and Michaela Williams, who was your starting shooting guard. So, and by the way, Michaela Williams is a true freshman, averaged nearly 15 points a game. So I salute Haley Van Lith. In an era of transfer portal, of NIL, when a lot of fans criticize student-athletes of saying it's all me, and they don't think team concept, Haley Van Lith committed herself to a team concept. She came here and tried to do her best to help to what the coaches asked her to do to help the team win games. So I salute her. Kim Mulkey has said point blank when they recruited Van Lith, it was always going to be a 1-year proposition. The intent was always, of course, the next level, not two more years in college, 1 year at LSU, then the WNBA. But Haley Van Lith is going to go seek a better opportunity where someone's going to give her the opportunity to have a perpetual green light, go score a bunch, and get off to the next level. But good luck to Haley Van Lith. If it's at Mississippi State or somewhere else, I don't know. But wish her well wherever it may be. But she is visiting Mississippi State this weekend. One other quick note: LSU men's basketball player Tyrell Ward tweeted that he officially is coming back to LSU for year 3. Tyrell Ward had a really nice season for LSU and was one of the, I would say, probably one of the biggest developments for LSU, what's a better way to say that? He made the most progress in his game from year 1 to year 2, maybe of anybody on this LSU basketball team. Ended up, on the season for LSU averaging nearly 10 points a game, 9.1 points per game, 2 rebounds a game. And his development late in the season was something that helped propel LSU. He became a double-digit scorer. When you look at the end of conference play, 10 against Vandy, 19 in that game at Arkansas, 14 in the game against Missouri. So the one thing I would say about Tyrell Ward, or any player for that matter, is, and I'm very consistent with this, I think every player, because the NBA affords you the opportunity to go enter the draft process and withdraw if you want, go get your information. I mean, go enter the draft process and work out for scouts, see what individual workouts you may have, maybe go to the combine, get feedback. What do they want you to work on in your game? Where do they project you? There's nothing wrong with getting information, and the process allows you to do it. So had Tyrell Ward decided to go into the draft to get that information, great. As an LSU fan, naturally I'm pumped he's coming back and clearly not even considering the draft. But remember that it's not uncommon to see, or I should say it is common to see many guys who have no intention of staying in the draft go through that process and ultimately return to school because they're gathering information, which they all should very well do. So, but Tyrell Ward announces he's coming back. That's a big, big get for Matt McMahon. You'll maintain some continuity. One of the guys that went from 3 points as a freshman to 9 points per game this past year and really propelled in the second half of the season will be back for another year in Baton Rouge. More good news for Matt McMahon. He keeps just stacking good news on top of each other. Okay, y'all, it's after further review. Pels got a win last night. I want to jump into that in a second. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. If you are thinking about buying land, if it's agriculture, 1,000 acres, you want to start a farm or add on, First South Farm Credit. Your first call should be First South Farm Credit. Maybe you want that recreational property, your hunting property, your first call should be First South Farm Credit. Maybe you want 20 acres in Zachary or St. Francisville or Walker to build your family's dream home. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Local people, Louisiana people that have been doing one thing for more than 100 years, helping Louisiana residents buy land. Go to firstsouthland.com. Your first call should be First South Farm Credit. Again, firstsouthland.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Pels last night, boy, were they absolutely in fuego to start the game. Pels got up by 20 in the first quarter. Yeah, the Kings made a run because you figured they would, but the Pels did exactly what they needed to do, and you better believe Graf was on one last night.
And then Dyson just stripped Fox. Up the floor, Alvarado. Alley-oop Trey. Throw it down, Trey Murphy!
Rumble, young man, rumble.
Give me the beam. I woke up this morning. Wait, let me read this timestamp. I woke up this morning to a text. It's me, Muse, and Graf on a text. And it was from Todd Graffanini at 2:05 a.m. Central Time, which means it would have been just after midnight West Coast, and it was an MP3. It was an audio file. This is the audio file that Graf sent me and Muse at 2:05 a.m. Central Time.
When they win, they shoot this purple beam out into the heavens as Murphy misses the free throw. After a win, they started that last year as the bench is now empty, but no beam has been lit when the New Orleans Pelicans have come into town this year. As a matter of fact, the only beam they're going to see is Jim as they wash down their sorrows here in Sacramento.
Yeah, you're right!
Pels beat the Kings 135-123. In the sixth spot by a full game right now with 2 to play. Give me more Graf. I want more Graf.
Jones, front court, chest it to McCollum. Left angle free. Yes.
Oh, Christian James. We're going to need some Imodium in here if we keep on with all these runs.
Did JD say we're going to need some Imodium in here with all these runs?
Yes, he did.
We're going to need some Imodium in here if we keep on with all these runs.
He's so good.
I don't know if there is any broadcast team at the highest level of their professional sport that has more fun, is more irreverent, and more in tune with their local market than Todd Graffinini and John DeShazer. Give me more. I want
Get
more.
it out long to Dyson. Crosses over Vazenkov, drives in. Throw it out to Alvarado. Get it back to McCollum for three. Left wing. He barely even caught it before he put it up.
Oh, my goodness. Second of a back-to-back tonight for the Pels. So they played Sacramento, win. Tonight, they're at Golden State. Don't love this game. Dubs are a 4.5-point favorite over New Orleans. Then the Pels will come home, and on Sunday, they'll wrap up the regular season against the Lakers. Keep in mind that you're keeping an eye on Phoenix, and Phoenix has 2 games to play. They're going to play the Kings, and then they're going to play Minnesota to wrap up the regular season. Pretty easy for New Orleans. You win your next 2, you lock up the 6th seed. What you would really love to do is win 1 and have Phoenix lose 1, and you also lock up the 6th seed. Definitely trying to avoid the play-in. But this is one of the great things about the NBA and the way that they have built out their schedule and the way that they have structured the postseason. More teams are more interested and interesting to the very last play-in date of the 82, and the Pels are right in that mix with 2 games to play. Pels and Warriors from San Francisco tonight. Theriot in studio with us. Coming up next.
AFR.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
This is Sports
I'm
Center.
Kevin Richard, round number 2 of the 88th Masters, continuing from a very blustery Augusta National Golf Club, where about an hour ago, Tiger Woods made more Masters history. Woods shot an even par 72 in the second round, and he sits at 1 over par after 36 holes. That means Tiger Woods is going to play the weekend, making the Masters cut for a record 24th consecutive time.
As a pro, I've done well, and it's just an amazing aura that Augusta National has, and I've been lucky enough to have been coming here since I was 19 years old.
As a pro, Tiger Woods has never missed the cut, and he did it today, by the way, playing 23 holes after finishing up round 1 this morning. As for your leaderboard here in round 2, Scotty Scheffler just birdied the 10th. He has moved into a tie with Bryson DeChambeau, each sitting at 7 under par. DeChambeau is about to tap in a par putt on 16. Max Homa has finished up 6 under par through 36 holes. He is 1 shot off the pace. Nikolai Højgaard is sitting at 4 under par, along with Danny Willett. Those are your top 5. Coverage continues right now on both ESPN Television and on ESPN Plus with featured holes.
Feeling great starts with a great shave, and great shaves start with Barbasol Shaving Cream. That's Barbasol Shaving Cream, an American classic for over 100 years. Close Shave America. Close Shave Barbasol.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on to fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. Presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette. And online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
I have a good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead for 3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot rounds third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Tigers win. Tigers win. Let's go.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
So, glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, bro. What's happening?
And it's good to be back in this chair.
Good to see you back in that chair. You look a little, you doing okay? You got a little,
allergies.
Yeah. It's that time of year. A lot of pollen in the air. Everything's in bloom. You got to take a little Claritin, something like that?
I've
you need
sneezed.
One? You need a little Zyrtec or something? I think I can go in my desk.
100 times in the last probably 4 hours.
What got you?
Went on a little excursion out in the woods to check some property out.
Yeah.
And the grass, weeds, whatever it was, hadn't been bush hogged or cut. So like just the tip. I mean, and it was intense. Everybody in the side by side was sneezing.
Do you need a little? I got some in my desk. It helped. A little allergy med.
Well, Tilly took one, and then he puked.
Oh.
So that's why I'm not gonna take one. I don't know.
What did he take?
I don't know what it was. It was something. It was an antihistamine.
Well, an antihistamine. Well, you need to get an antihistamine. You need to get one that's like non-drowsy. Benadryl will make you drowsy, right? You need to take something that doesn't have that effect. Like I have a daytime. Like I have a Zyrtec D, which comes also with the decongestant.
I don't mess with the D, bro. I don't mess with the D.
You need to mess with the D. I'm telling you, Zyrtec D.
No, not doing the D.
The sickest I've ever felt in my life. Zyrtec D brought me back to life.
The D brought you back to life.
The D brought me back to life. What can I say?
Well,
big fan of the D.
Sometimes you need some D in your life.
You got to have it.
I guess.
There's times where you got to have it.
It's what I hear. I'm off it, though. I'm off the D. No, I'm good, man. It was weird, though. My right eye just started watering. I don't know if you can see it. It's still maybe a little glossy.
Uh-huh.
A little glossier.
Glassy.
A little glassy.
Glassy.
A little glassy. It's not watering anymore. It doesn't itch, but and I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Just sneezing, and then my nose just run. It was weird. It's interesting. It's not running with like snot. It's just water.
Yeah, it's just water.
Just dripping out of my nose.
Okay.
But I'm okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But other than that,
Well, other than that, yeah. How's everything else going? Other than that, yeah.
Everything's
I'm curious
good.
what else is going on?
It's a great time of the year. It's an exciting time of the year.
Yeah, it is.
Baseball season. Spring is in the air. Fish are biting, so that's good. Playoff basketball is right around the corner. The only basketball professional that I watch is NBA playoff basketball. I love that. So that's coming up here pretty quick. So I'm excited about that. I think the Pelicans have an opportunity. So it's a lot of good stuff going. Yeah.
We need to show up in your Zion full uni?
We need to get one guy healthy.
He's coming.
We get him right, then I think we're in good shape.
Yeah. And, been a better team on the road than at home this year anyway. Maybe I'm just
28?
rationalizing.
How many wins?
But
28 wins?
On the road, I think after last night was 20. It's 5 in a row on the road. I think after last night it's 28 wins on the road. Let's see. The Pels are 20. Right here. Pels on the road are 27 and 14 away from home.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
Great.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. So, yeah, it's a good time. It's also graduation time. I've got a senior, Houston.
How about that?
Houston is 19 days away from being done with high school.
We getting graduation announcements?
I don't know. I don't do that.
I know you don't do that.
I mean,
I want to send Houston.
Did you get a Christmas card?
No.
Like we don't do. We just.
But you got to do graduation announcements.
Why?
Because everybody knows what it is. You send the kid money. They're graduating high school. They're going to college. They'll be kind of on their own for the first time. You send them money. That's what it is.
Houston's graduate.
Houston, send me a graduation announcement.
Can he just write something on a piece of paper? Hey, this is Houston, Mr. Matt. I'm graduating.
I'll send you some money, Houston. Or send me I'll Venmo you, Hugh. Just send me your Venmo. I got you, bud. And you can waste it on whatever you want.
This is perfect.
What?
This is a perfect segue. Dear seniors. Dear seniors.
Is this about graduation announcements?
I missed the
After I just said that, I'm going to get like everyone that I've ever met in my life who's got a kid graduate, they're all going to send me their announcements now.
Dear seniors, it's graduation season across America, and you can't help but see all the posts on social media of senior pictures.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Senior days for sports teams. We had it at Dunham yesterday. Jonna cried. And the sad parent posts about how time has flown by. Seems like yesterday that Mary Claire was graduating kindergarten at Mercy.
I know a Mary Claire.
And in just a few short weeks, she'll drive her BMW to St. Joe's for the last time. You're so proud of her for graduating and can't wait to tell the world. I'm sorry, but I've had enough of this crap.
Okay.
The graduation crap. Okay. Since when did graduating from high school become sort of like some big accomplishment? Okay. They don't even fail kids anymore. It's literally impossible to fail a class. It doesn't happen. You between the tutors and summer school and the stupid 10-point grading system, like you can't fail. Everybody passes. Graduation is inevitable. Okay? It's not something that should be celebrated. Times have changed. I had a few classmates at Broadmoor that were tardy every day because they had to drop their kids off at daycare. Okay? These dudes would leave school and they would head straight to the casino. No need for a fake ID. They've been legal for a couple years. They failed the 7th grade, the 8th grade, the 9th grade, the 10th grade. They just kept failing. Like that was a thing.
Just hang out till you're 23.
They were at Broadmoor for so long, they just said, screw it, let them teach a class. Just let them teach. Student teachers. That's what they were. They were the first student teachers. Because people actually failed. If one of those dudes would have graduated, hell yeah. way to go, bro. I never thought it was going to happen. But Mary Claire, come on. She's had an ACT tutor since she was in the 7th grade. She's not failing.
In her BMW.
I asked this kid the other day, and this was good. This is a true story. I asked this kid the other day if he had any plans for the summer before going off to college. Of course, his answer was, absolutely, Coach. I do. I got some big plans. I said, oh, yeah? He goes, yeah, I'm going to Turks.
Go to Spain.
I'm going to Turks.
Turks.
He didn't say Turks and Caicos.
Turks. Just Turks.
He said Turks.
When did that happen?
It's like I'm saying, hey, yeah, I'm going to my camp. No, I'm going to Turks. I mean,
I went to Disney on Key Club convention.
We're going to take the PJ over to Turks, me and a couple of the boys.
Oh, God.
The senior trips are out of control. We went to Thunderbird Beach for a day when I was in high school. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that place. Then we went tubing in some dirty-ass river. I got jock itch or something possibly worse because I'd been sitting my ass in disgusting water for 3 days straight. Now, those are memories. It's much better memories than Turks.
I don't know about that. Turks sounds pretty good,
Good
actually.
memory.
Way better than 3-day jock itch.
These kids are going on these exotic vacations because they graduated high school.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
Oh, and the parents.
Social media has made everything worse. It's made everything worse.
Let me get this straight. You're not chaperoning.
Yeah.
You're not.
No.
It's an excuse for you to go act like you're in college again.
Yeah. You're going to Turks. Because you didn't get to go when you were in school.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I gotta go chaperone Spencer's senior trip. I mean, we're going to Turks and Caicos for a week and a half.
Darn.
This sucks.
Spencer.
The whole stupid thing. This whole senior trip thing is so stupid. I am over. Congratulations, you graduated. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's after further review. We'll now get a quick break. We'll do Kick Rocks, and we'll ask what's wrong with LSU baseball. Theriot will answer that coming up. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Hey, y'all. Tonight, evenings at the Renaissance right there on Bluebonnet. I've been telling you about Tallulah inside the Renaissance Hotel. It's such an awesome spot. It's a great way to go do something different in Baton Rouge. Again, tonight is the Sugarfield Spirits tasting event over at the Renaissance Hotel. Starts at 6, so a couple hours away. From 6 to 8:30 p.m. Be an exceptional night of spirits and cocktails, courtesy of Sugarfield Spirits there at Tallulah inside the Renaissance Hotel. Sugarfield is local. They're a locally sourced company. They are a local distillery, and they'll have some fine cocktails tonight over at the Renaissance Hotel. So you knock off of work, you want to go have that cocktail, do something different, change it up a little bit, go experience Tallulah inside the Renaissance Hotel and evenings at the Renaissance. Great bar area, indoor-outdoor vibe and flow. You want to enjoy this beautiful spring weather. It's a great place to go do it out there on the terrace at the Renaissance Hotel. Right there on Bluebonnet near I-10, right in the center of the city. It's the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of
know what time it is. Radio. Danger! Danger!
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You think LSU could win this series?
Yeah.
You think so?
Uh-huh. I do.
Like, I mean, I get it. Like, Missouri just swept Florida, so it's baseball and stuff happens. I don't know. I got on the rundown for the next segment. It just, you could see it on the rundown. It says, "What's wrong with LSU baseball?" I want to get your take on that. But
yeah, there it is. I see it.
yeah, I don't know why. Give me a before we get into that. Give me a reason that I should be optimistic about the next 18 SEC games.
Because Missouri just swept Florida.
You see, that's not a good enough reason. That's happenstance. That's just saying, oh, baseball and upsets happen. Because ultimately,
I don't think it was an upset.
It was an upset. When you play 30 league games, eventually that's why you play that many, right? Because you're ultimately over the course of 30 league games, 56 regular season games, your record is going to be an illustration of what you are. That's why you play. That's why you play such a large sample. That's why Major League Baseball you play 162. So I don't think we look at Missouri sweeping Florida and think, oh well, Missouri's going to go on a run. Like, I just think that was an outlier. I think they were at home, they had a good weekend, and they won 3 games. Congrats. But I don't think that's sustainable for Missouri. I think they're going to finish last in the East and will probably miss the SEC tournament.
Maybe. They could. And LSU could finish last in the West and miss the tournament, too.
They could, but what I asked you that was give me a reason to be optimistic that they could turn it around.
Well, and by saying what I said, I mean, I think LSU, and I don't think this is up for discussion or an argument at all, has better talent than a team like Missouri. You know, I think they have better players. I think they have a better coach, head coach. I think they have a better fan base. You know, I think obviously the tradition is better. You know, I think that there's a lot more going in a positive direction down here as a whole, you know, than in Missouri. And I'm just using those guys for an
right, because I'm not comparing, because the standard is different though as well.
Sure.
Like, you're not trying to just not be last. It's why do I feel like they could go on a run? Like, what is there that tells me, yeah, they're like, they could figure this out, or this could happen, and they could, you know, realistically get going.
I'm going to go in detail at 4:30.
Okay.
In the next segment on what's wrong.
Okay.
But I'll say this, just, you know, prior to that. The scary part about the portal is you see a kid or player's production. But they're not. It's not necessarily in your league all the time. Sometimes it is, and it's not necessary. And you don't know how they mesh with your team. I think that it's not like you're recruiting the kid out of high school, and you get to vet him for 3 or 4 years, and you get to know his coaches and his parents, and you know. So you really, I mean, yeah, you're getting the numbers. You're getting Todd Linden, who's a first-rounder, who's a switch-hitting 6'3" outfielder that runs like a deer and has a cannon, is going to get drafted in the first round. But how does he fit in? But he's coming from Washington. And this is not a knock on Todd Linden, but Washington and the SEC is that. I mean, that's at LSU. That's two totally different deals. So, man, it's made it hard for coaches from a recruiting standpoint. And Jay has stuck the flag in the ground and said, I am going to go in the portal and I'm going to get good players in the portal. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's much harder than recruiting the high school player, in my opinion.
All right, we'll get to that. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. Oh, we're brought to you by Shawbills. Been a minute since you've gotten to do that. How about
like
that?
Shawbills.
If you need tires, you know where you go? You go to Shawbills.
You do.
You want to know why?
Well, because they have good coffee.
They do.
They have fast Wi-Fi. The place is clean.
It is. Yeah. All true.
Yeah, they're very nice at the front.
Yeah. All the locations too.
Yeah, I go to the one on Burbank.
I know.
All the time. But yeah, they're very nice and helpful, and you can just show up. You don't have to have an appointment. I would recommend calling before because they do get busy.
Website. You go to the website.
You go to the website.
Schedule your service online.
But it's not just tires.
Nope.
And that's kind of what I like about
It's
it.
everything.
Yeah, battery. I mean, they do it all. But they do have a lot of really cool tires.
Well, they get you in there because they'll sell you the best tires at the cheapest price. They have Charlie's price match guarantee. So you buy tires there, let's say, and then within 30 days, if you see the same tire advertised at a cheaper price, they refund you 125% of the difference.
Yeah, they will. And don't make up a false advertisement. Okay, don't do that and try to make money on this thing because they're pretty good at they'll sniff that out.
Like a fake coupon?
Yeah, they'll sniff that out. They'll do that. They're good at that.
A fake coupon.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever done that? But probably so. There was a movie. Shawbills. ShawBillsTire.com. Shawbills. We keep it rolling. There was a movie with what's the girl? Kristen Bell from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, right? Wasn't that her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she was an Olympic gold medal power walker.
Okay.
Right. And then, her Olympic career is over. Then she's married. She and her husband can't have kids. It's a comedy, but it's kind of a weird comedy. Anyway, she basically found this way to beat the system with coupons and to make money. She started printing coupons and selling them on a website and made bajillions of dollars. Then went to jail. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then got out of jail. She went to jail for 3 months or something.
Probably worth it.
Yeah. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Huh. Not a bad idea.
But if you try to make fake coupons.
Yeah, don't do that at Shawbills.
If you try to make fake coupons for Shawbills, you can kick rocks.
That's right.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge. Or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
We complain about traffic quite a bit during this segment. I do. You get that's one of your things.
Yeah.
Bad driving, traffic, bad infrastructure. Me too. I mean, I hate that. So that's one thing that we definitely agree on. This is kind of like a public service announcement, I guess.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
When you're leaving an event, Saints game, LSU football game, those are both really big ones. Or an event like the Rock the Country Music Festival that was at Lamar Dixon.
Big crowd last week.
There's going to be traffic.
Yeah.
It's going to take you some time to get out.
Yeah, a lot of people going one direction same time, yeah.
That's what happens. You can't just get in your vehicle and go. There's a ton of people on campus, a couple 100,000. It's not designed for you to get in and just go. Yes, it's going to take time. If you don't want to deal with the traffic after the event, don't freaking go. Don't get on social media and blast. That is the dumbest thing in the world, of course.
Oh, you mad were people complaining about traffic after Rock the Country last week and you're all upset about it?
Yeah, I want to give
Is that what this is?
Well, here's the deal.
Is that where this is rooted?
It is, because I want to give a hug. I want to give a hug to Kyle Rogers.
Okay.
My guy Jazz and the whole crew out at Lamar Dixon.
Okay.
I want to give a hug also to Ascension Parish, the parish president, Clint Quintmont, for hosting an amazing event
How many people they had out there?
About 40,000.
A lot of people.
Okay, the Rock the Country Fest over at Lamar Dixon, 40,000.
4T.
4T.
Yeah. 1,000.
We went. It was great. Met Theo Vaughn.
That's so dumb.
I mean, it was
you texted me a picture of
me
you
and Theo. It was unbelievable.
He's such the worst.
Made my night. Theo,
I think that's the highlight of your life.
Theo introduced Kid Rock. It was so good.
I saw a video where Tucker Carlson introduced Kid Rock.
Yeah, no.
I saw it on TikTok.
Theo, or maybe Theo introduced Tucker, and then Tucker introduced Kid Rock. That's what it was. Theo introduced Tucker, and then Tucker. I call him Tucker because I met him too.
Oh, are y'all boys now?
Yeah, that's what all the.
What's the big deal about? I mean, wasn't that? It's just like a news commentator. What's the big deal about him?
Yeah, he just interviews Putin and stuff.
Why was he at?
I don't know.
Why was he at a Kid Rock show introducing Kid Rock?
I don't know, but he was there. What an awesome event! Shout out, hug to all those involved. That's how you do that dang thing.
All right.
But if you're an idiot complaining about getting out of there, then you can kick rock.
Yeah.
Kick rock.
It feels like that one cuts a little deep for you.
It does.
Yeah.
Tom Brady can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
He's talking about possibly coming back to play again.
How about that? Well, is it fair to say, because he was asked, it wasn't like he went and volunteered, unsolicited that opinion.
Yeah, that's
he
fair.
was asked, like, would you play? He goes, oh, right situation. Yeah, maybe, whatever. I don't know if they'd let me because I'm be an owner. I think Muse has that audio. Hang on. Do you have that audio, Muse? Well, here it is. This is the Deep Cut Podcast. I don't know what that's about, but here was Tom Brady.
Let's say one day there's a situation, right? Maybe it's the 49ers, maybe, heading to the playoffs. Offense is great.
Patriots,
somebody,
Raiders,
look,
could be, you never know.
God forbid somebody goes down. Would you pick up that phone?
I'm not opposed to it. If they would, I don't know if they're going to let me if I become an owner in an NFL team, but I don't know if, I don't know. I'm always going to be in good shape, always be able to throw the ball. So to come in for a little bit, like MJ coming back, I don't know if they let me, but I wouldn't be opposed to it.
See? He was asked the question.
No,
He's not out there going, hey, I want to come back. It's a big difference.
Yeah, shut it down.
Nah, he was asked the question. I'm not on that, man. Like, he was asked the question.
No.
Are you all Mickey Loomis in this on us? You chewing gum on the air?
What? I could be like my guy Jimmy Ott and just be sucking down oysters on air. You mean do that? Hey, you know what else can kick rocks, huh?
What?
The stupid construction on I-10.
Yeah,
kick rock.
I'm with you on that.
Oh, my God. There's going to be 4 more years of this, by the way.
Oh, God.
I want to find an alternate way to get to wherever you're going.
There isn't one.
Well, I mean, I guess we just can't go anywhere.
You know what you should do? You should go to work from like 7 p.m. to like 4 a.m. or 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. is what you do now.
Oh.
You just go to a night shift now.
It's bad at night.
I know.
I mean, like, stopped.
I know.
From the bridge all the way past Bluebonnet. Yeah, that can kick rocks. That's all I got.
Kick
Get
rocks,
on down the road and kick rocks.
Kick rocks brought to you by Ruckus. Ruckus103.com. Ruckus103.com. What you rocking today?
Oh, bro.
I got mine at Ruckus, the ones I'm wearing.
Okay. These are the University Blue.
You see, I don't like this because those are mine.
These are the, I don't know if I think I bought these before you, actually.
No, you didn't.
I got these a long time ago. I
got
never worn
those, and then you copied me.
Oh,
they're great.
well.
That's the only pair of Air Maxes that I own. But they're great. And I wore them this week when I wore your Hall of Fame
and it looked good. And
coat.
It would look good.
It did look good, didn't it?
Yes.
Now, these are mine, what I got today from Ruckus. Hang on. Well, I didn't buy these today, but this is just what I got on. Check them out.
Oh.
Check out my dunks.
Is that like a canvas?
Yeah, canvas. A little pink suede on there. What you think?
Why is Ruckus so good?
Because they're the best.
Did you know that they have a shop over in Lafayette?
Yeah.
That is equally as awesome as the one on Jones Creek?
It's a big shout out to our friends at Delta Media in Lafayette. It's our Lafayette Lake Charles affiliate. ESPN 103.7 Lafayette, 104.1 Lake Charles. Delta Media owns it's right there on Main, and it's like across the street and like 2 doors down from Ruckus. I mean,
really?
It's right there. Yeah. When I did my show in Lafayette at their spot downtown, I mean, Ruckus was like right across the street.
If you're in the Acadiana area,
yeah,
Lafayette, the surrounding area, Youngsville, that, do yourself a favor and just go swing by Ruckus. You don't have to be buying anything. Just go swing by and
Just
check.
swing by.
Just swing by, walk in, say hello, walk out. I promise you'll be back.
Or go to ruckus103.com.
Yeah, or do that.
All right, it's after further review. What is wrong with LSU baseball? Theriot answers that question next.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. I want to share this with you. I got a text on the show text line from Josh Burgess. He said, Matt, hoping you could send a shout out to Justin England with Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Said, I contacted Darren about a year ago, and he helped me get in with Justin. We weren't necessarily in a rush, but Justin worked with us for an entire year to visit houses, thoroughly review all of our options. Last week, we signed a new construction purchase agreement, and we'll be moving back to Baton Rouge from Houston in the fall. Could not recommend Justin enough. There really isn't enough room here for me to provide proper praise for Justin and our experience. He said, by the way, he found out his new neighbor is going to be Hunt Palmer.
That sucks for him, but
maybe. But Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. There's just nobody better. If you're buying or selling, you need a realtor, you need Darren James. In the 225, give Darren James a call. Or go to agent225.com for Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful...
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Glad to have Theriot back here, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Hey, 2 weeks from yesterday, we're less than 2 weeks away, we'll be at Don Juan for our NFL Draft Watch Party. looking forward to it. Come on out, first round of the draft. Join us there at Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. We'll be streaming live on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. If you can't be there with us or come hang out, have some cocktails, smoke a cigar, maybe have some food. Ooh.
I'm good.
You know, this is a mute button right here. This thing, you push that, nobody can hear what you say.
Yeah, it's on me.
You know, or you could just go.
That's my bad, bro.
And suck your snot right into the microphone.
I don't want it to drip on the.
I'm gonna get you a. I'm gonna go get you a Zyrtec.
No, I need some nose spray. Do you have any of that?
This is way better than that. Like you need an antihistamine that's gonna dry up all of that.
Is that gonna make me stay awake?
Yes.
For how long? Like, what's the?
Because it's got the D in it. It's Zyrtec D.
Oh, I don't put the D inside, bro.
It's a decongestant.
I don't put the D in my body. D is not going in my body, babe. Not happening. Not doing it. I don't care. I'd rather be snotty than have the D.
What's wrong with LSU baseball?
Oh man. Well, you lost the first and second pick in the draft, the two best players in the country, which is the obvious answer, right? But I think also last year you lost 4 dynamic leaders in the clubhouse. You lost Gavin Dugas, who'd been there for 5 years. You lost Cade Beloso, who'd been there for 5 years. 2 guys that grew up bleeding purple and gold. All they ever dreamed about was playing for the Tigers. Therefore, every decision that they made was geared toward the Tigers winning a baseball game in the game, whether it be a bunt or making a defensive play or making a decision to maybe not go out and party because they had a game the next day. Like, it was always geared toward LSU winning the game. And that's, there was probably more. I just had a good relationship with those two, so
Sure.
I know what they were doing. Then you throw in a Paul Skeens, who we all know what he did on the field, but, former service academy, driven, leader. You don't go to a service academy and not have those qualities and be a leader who stepped in and played great on the field. But what we're not privy to, as normal fans, is what impact does that guy have off of the field in the clubhouse, from a work ethic standpoint, leading by example standpoint, will to be great. Dylan, and he'll tell you, it's not going to be the rah-rah scream, get in your face guy, but all he did was step on campus and play every single game, it seemed like, and he was Bregman. He was out. You lost the greatest pitcher that's ever put the uniform on, and then couple him with just being a dynamic leader, which is very rare, by the way, in any sport, to be so awesome physically, but then be so awesome from a leadership standpoint. I mean, hell, Mike Trout, we can make an argument that he's the best baseball player on the planet for the last 10 years. I mean, how many World Series or playoff series have the Angels won? Does that speak to his leadership qualities? I don't know, maybe a little bit. I don't know the answer to that. So I think the problem today is when you lose those guys, you do your best to bring in players that can bridge that gap. You'll never replace the talent of Skeens and Cruz. But you do your best to replace the gritty love for the game and want to win. All right. And so if you look at the transfer portal or even the players that are playing now from an impact standpoint, go around the field and let's talk about the Louisiana kids and how many you have. Like, how many of those kids grew up loving LSU? Winning college baseball games, it's not always the best team. And winning baseball is not always the best team, for that matter. It has to be selfless. It has to be, you're playing for something bigger than yourself. And I'm not taking a knock taking a jab or knocking any of the kids that are playing right now, but to me, it just seems like, it's not that win at all costs, figure out how to win mentality going on right now.
Do you think so? I'm gonna take what you just said and oversimplify it. You tell me if this is wrong. This team has talent. They don't have leadership and a team approach.
That's what I see.
Okay.
I'm not in the locker room.
Understood.
I've watched a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of baseball. I've been on teams that were just super talented. The LSU team from 2001, great example. Big leaguers all over the field. Probably more talented than 2000, but you lose in the regional to Tulane. And Skip told me that was going to happen mid-season. So how does the team that wasn't as talented win, but the super talented team?
Mm-hmm.
You had some guys that transferred in. You had some freshmen that just didn't quite understand how important it was to win at LSU yet. And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So is that fixable with 18 SEC games to go with a team that's 3-9 in the league right now with a very steep hill to climb?
So I think we've talked about this on this show before. If I'm constructing a baseball team, the middle of my field is going to be consistent number one, like same dudes, and they're going to be really freaking good. The middle of my field, meaning my catcher is going to be consistent, and he's going to be damn good. My pitching is going to be consistent and damn good. Shortstop and second baseman, same thing. Center fielder, same thing. That is a problem here. That's the problem, in my opinion. You're rotating catchers every day, it seems like. You got guys that are supposed to be good that, show flashes and then struggle, but you've got 3 that you could run out there. So the consistency is not there. From a pitching standpoint, same thing. You have talent, but they're not consistent. You do have a little consistency from the pitching side in a sense, so like we know who's going to pitch Friday and Saturday. So that's a good thing.
They're switching Jump and Holman this weekend.
So, well, there you go. But like shortstop and second base bother me. And center field bothers me. Although I think we may be making a change there. That's like taking your quarterback on a football team. How many 2 quarterback systems have ever won championships? You know what I mean? Like that's why that doesn't work. Your center fielder is a quarterback. Your shortstop is a quarterback. Your catcher is a quarterback. These guys are running the defense, there's just, you want to use the fall to figure that out. And then once the spring hits, bro, you just go. Like, it is what it is. Could this team be a victim of too many guys that could go out there and play and all maybe kind of do the same thing? And we're just trying to figure out the mix. Yeah, but the damn clock is ticking, dude. Like you just said, like at some point you just got to go, all right, here's my 9. These are the guys who are going to either figure it out or not.
Yeah.
I do think we'll see a change this weekend, though. So
I've said that a bit this week as well. My feeling has been for all, like Jay has kind of had to decide because he keeps trying, what you just alluded to is all the young talent. And because he's got so many young guys that are so talented, it's hard because you try to keep everybody happy, but you can't keep everybody happy. But he's trying to do it at the same time, find out what his lineup is. And it's like he's leaned on the veteran guys. Well, they're not performing. So at some point you have to just kind of say, like, bleep it. I'm going to go with the young guys. Like we've seen a lot of Larson and Fry, and we saw Kucherak, play short on Tuesday night. It feels like he's telling you who the guys are that are on the clock. Like we know, with Kling in center, but Braswell at short, you're on the clock. I think this is a weekend where he realizes he's got to do something pretty drastic to go win a weekend. He's going to make some changes.
Yeah, and the positions you mentioned, I agree, but I think more importantly, I think behind the plate, go with a guy, let him catch. That's your catcher. Maybe he doesn't catch on Sunday, but he's catching Friday and Saturday.
Who would you go with?
Milazzo.
You catch Milazzo.
I would.
It's your best defensive guy.
He's
contact hitter.
Super senior.
Yeah.
He's got some leadership qualities there that I think are important.
So you DH Travinsky and Neal goes to the bench, or do you put Neal in the outfield?
I would probably DH Neal, personally.
Instead of Travinsky.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Travinsky had a really hot streak. But his average has dropped 50 points in the last month. About thereabouts.
Look, I was a player, so I understand, being judged from a media standpoint and this and that. And, it's real easy sitting in this chair to say things, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I get it more than everybody. Like, I understand that. But let's just talk about truths here. You asked a guy that had about a 2.5-month sample size to go out and hit in the middle of your lineup in the hardest league in America. It's not like we've watched him hit since he was a freshman. He hasn't. He's been injured and just hadn't had his chance. So you're putting a lot on that kid's plate to say, okay, you're the guy now. Dylan's gone. You got to hit homers. You got to protect. Tommy
White,
Tommy Tanks.
Yeah,
like that. You're asking a lot of him, man. I mean, you really are. And I'm not saying he's not capable of it, but I mean, I would let Neal swing the bat. The kid, you mentioned him, Larson. Like, Larson plays for me every inning.
And Jay loves Larson. I think that's a guy that's going to be in there this weekend. We're going to grab a break, and we're going to wrap up hour number 2 with your questions. So get in for Ask Ryan, brought to you by Pure Restoration, pure-restoration.com. Got a call earlier today from a friend who, unfortunately, honest, true story, had a house fire and was looking for a lot of help. Demo, build back, remediation, all of it. Remember, Pure Restoration can handle all of that. Yes, they can kill mold, remove odor, but if you need demo and build back and everything, Pure Restoration can help. So check them out online, pure-restoration.com, pure-restoration.com. Yeah, if you got mold, think you might, call Pure Restoration. They'll come in, they'll spray their patented non-toxic dry fog. It's efficient, it's affordable, it's Pure Restoration. And yes, demo and build back services as well. Pure Restoration, pure-restoration.com. Or just message me and go, Scone, what's the mold thing you always talk
That's
about?
what happens.
That's what happens all the time. Scone, what's the mold thing? Pure Restoration. All right, it's after further review. I got our final break of the hour. We'll come back. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up. Mintzy will be with us in about 15 minutes. We'll give you our picks for college baseball tonight. We will get you a full LSU-Tennessee preview. Get Theriot's thoughts on LSU spring game, which is tomorrow. Pels, second of a back-to-back tonight there in San Francisco against Golden State. We got a lot to do. Glad you're hanging out. It's AFR.
AFR.
Did you feel up for going to Clegg's, even with your allergies?
Yeah, I'm getting better.
You getting better?
Yeah, it was really bad earlier.
Yeah. Wish I knew what it was that was causing all your allergies. I wouldn't go to Clegg's and get you that. I'd get you something else, like a beautiful hibiscus.
Yeah.
Or some rose bushes.
The roses at my house are blooming. I got them from
Are
Clegg's.
they?
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
White.
Everything at Clegg's is
White
great.
roses.
White roses?
Everywhere.
In your garden?
Gorgeous.
Did you plant them or did Jonna plant them?
Jonna.
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah.
You just went and got them or she went and got them?
Both. We.
You went together?
Yeah.
But she wanted them and planted them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they are popping, bro.
That's awesome. Clegg's Nursery, 4 locations. Y'all, spring is here, man. It is time to get by Clegg's. Any of the 4 locations. Segan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Yes, they had full greenhouses, but they got so much. Whatever you want to accent your lawn or garden with, they got it. You need weed and feed, they got it. You need to get rid of pests like mosquitoes or ants, they got it. Go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques, Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit
Jumping out Lexus and Hummer, showing off on my peak. I'm the number one stunner. Wop, wop. The number one stunner. Wop. James Bond, Jackie Chain, and that MacGyver.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Theriot's here. Mintzy after the top of the hour. Let's get to a little Ask Ryan. It's been a minute. Got questions for Theriot? Get them in. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400.
AFR.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
This is Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Richard. The last time Tiger Woods missed a cut at the Masters, broadband internet had not been introduced. Thank you to the PGA Tour's social media account for that nugget. Tiger Woods backed up a 1/73 in round 1 this morning with an even par 72 in round 2. Tiger sits 1 over after 36 holes, and he's got to make the cut at the Masters for a record 24th consecutive time. And he did it today, playing 23 holes.
Long day. It's been a long day. It was a good fight. We did really well out there, and I'm still right there in the ball game. with a great chance to go into the weekend.
Tiger Woods will hit the weekend right now. He's 8 shots back to your leader, who is Scottie Scheffler, the world number 1, with a birdie on 10 that gave him the lead. Max Homa, Bryson DeChambeau sitting at 6 under par. They're 1 shot off the pace. DeChambeau actually bogeying the 18th to finish his second round with a 73. Coverage continues right now on ESPN. The projected cut is sitting at +4. Ippei Mitsuhara, Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter, surrendered to federal authorities today, facing a charge of bank fraud. He'll have a arraignment set for May 9th.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
And Theriot. Hey, Theriot. We're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. Welcome back, bro. How you feeling? Do I need to go get you some Zyrtec?
Just had a little sneezing episode, but
I'm going to get it for you.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to, but I don't want to like not be able to go to sleep tonight. That's what I'm scared of. It's 5 o'clock.
What's worse?
Not being able to go to sleep is the worst.
You'll be able to go to sleep. It might just be, you go to bed at 10 normally.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be like 11:30 or 12.
Okay.
I'm going to go get it for you.
Okay.
You need the D in your life. Zyrtec D, I'm telling you. You need it.
I'll put a little D in my life.
I love it.
I mean, it's Friday.
Get nuts.
Why wouldn't you? Friday night. Get a little D. You missed that, huh? You've missed that.
Yes.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have used the rim shot there, Muse, because in doing the rim shot, you're acknowledging the joke. And it's better, you know what I mean? You just let it breathe.
Yeah, but that was a really good one. I mean, I get what you're saying, but that was a really good one there.
So we're approaching the halfway point of conference play. Do we actually have an open for Mintz? It only took half the season, but Muse finally got us an open. Let's hear it. Oh, Muse, we're at the halfway point of the league.
Okay, and there were also like 2 weeks we didn't even do this segment.
One.
2, because one of them you were out.
When I was in New York.
And there was another one too. I promise you there was 2.
We did the opening weekend. I missed one. We've done the last 2. Now this is
maybe I'm confused because I didn't do last week because everything crashed over here.
That's it. Yeah, in 1 week. All right, let's hear it, Muse. I'm excited. Go ahead, fire away. Oh, I like it.
It's time to cash some tickets. Let's preview the college baseball weekend with Ben Mintz and Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
There we go. Hey, did you know the first drop that was there? That was Ham from Sandlot. Naturally, our guy Smalls over here would put a Sandlot drop in there.
He hasn't been wearing the hat lately.
He burned it.
It wasn't even the hat.
He finally burned it.
It wasn't even the hat.
Mintzy, what's up, man?
Doing well. Man, I know you also support the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yes.
I mean, I've been loving this week. I've been staying up late. I'm old, too. I've been up till 11:30 or midnight, watching all these games. I'm just so into it. I can't wait for tonight in Golden State.
Last night was awesome, man. They started on fire. We talked about it. Look, that was a wrong team favored. We talked about it yesterday before the show went off air. The Pels were 4-0 against the Kings. They've dominated that series. They beat them by 33 the last time out. Sometimes, styles make fights. The Pels just match up well against the Kings. Kings had no business being favored in that game last night, so the Pels cashed some tickets. So I'm fired up, too. Hey, how do you think they fare in these? I think they lose tonight against Golden State, but they beat the Lakers.
That's exactly what I think, too. I just think tonight Golden State's real hot, back-to-back. Looks like Ingram's coming back Sunday, too, from everything I've heard.
Okay.
So I think that'll be a big boost. You see tickets in the lower bowl for Sunday are going for $300+ online right now. You hadn't seen much of that out of New Orleans before.
No,
people are getting on board. And when CJ's shooting like this, he was like 7 of 9 for 3 with him and Trey shooting. Dude, it's fun to watch.
Mincy, the one we're going to talk Pels a bit later in the hour as well, but it does make you cringe a little when you think you had a 6-game homestand, you went 1-5, and you had home losses to Orlando and San Antonio. This could already be a wrap right now. You know what I mean? If you're just taking care of your business. But 2 games to play, and they're going to be really meaningful. So here's hoping, man.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Last thing I want to say is the Pelicans have tied for the best road records in the league this year. They've been weird. They hadn't been as good at home. But when you're talking about the playoffs, having to be on the road, it seems like they're comfortable on the road. So maybe it's like a double-edged sword.
Absolutely. We talked about it a bit ago, Mincy. It's almost like you've been listening to the show, man. Let's just pretend like you have. Let's just pretend like you have. All right. Mincy, Muse, and I give you 3 college baseball picks, courtesy of the DraftKings Sportsbook lines. Paulie, do we have a graphic this week? Oh my, what a day! Mincy, it only took us half the league season, but Muse got you an open. Paulie's got our standings graphic. All right, Paulie, let's see. How did we do last week? All right. Last week, I went 2-0-1. Muse didn't play. Mincy, you were 1-2 last week. So overall, I'm 5-3-1. Musso is 3-3. Mincy, you're 2-7. Okay. All right. Well, let's get rolling here. Let's see what we got. Do either one of you want to do the honors, or you want me to go from the pole position?
I think you got to go from the pole position.
I'm going to go contrary to my normal approach, which is find the biggest total on a Friday and take the under. I'm going to look at LSU-Tennessee, which is 13.5, and I'm going over. Neither of these teams have pitched it very well. Both these teams hit the ball a long way. I think you're going to have a lot of runs atypical tonight on a Friday night in the SEC. I'm taking LSU-Tennessee over 13.5 in this ball game, and that over is minus 110.
Nice.
All right, Mincy, go ahead. You're up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going under 10.5 in Arkansas, Bama. Just to take it to 50. That dude's stud.
Muse.
I'm going to take a flyer on Vanderbilt tonight on the money line plus $1.45. They're at A&M. A&M, they've been great, but they haven't really played anybody totally yet. I mean, they went on the road and lost the series to Florida. They're at home, but I'll take a flyer on Vanderbilt.
I'm going to go back for my second pick to my strategy, which is find the biggest number on the board and take the under. And that biggest number tonight is Utah-Arizona State. The total is 16 in that game. I can't tell you I know a flip about either of those teams or who's pitching tonight. I just think 16 on a Friday night in college baseball is a lot. So I'm going to go under 16 Utah-Arizona State. That's minus 115 at DraftKings. All right, Mincy, what's your second one, bud?
I'm headed to Oxford, Mississippi. It's a big weekend up there. We got Grove Bowl, Ole Miss Mississippi State baseball series. I couldn't quite make it, but I'm going over 12 in Ole Miss State tonight. State can really hit the ball. Ole Miss's best pitcher, Liam Dole's been pitching on Saturdays, not Fridays. So I think 12's too low of total. I think it's going to get a little wild in Oxford.
All right, Muse, second.
I'm palling around with Mincy here in Tuscaloosa. I also have under 10.5 Arkansas and Alabama. Hagen Smith's pitching. And Arkansas's offense isn't great. I mean,
Muse, I'm sorry, did you make an A&M Vanderbilt play?
Yeah, I had Vandy plus 145 on the money line.
Okay. Muse and I are going to go head-to-head on this. I'm actually going to take A&M, but I'm going to lay the run and a half.
Ooh.
So I'm going to lay the run and a half. I'm going to go A&M on the run line, which is minus 115. I'm buying into the Vandy's not good on the road angle here. They were swept at South Carolina. I know they won the series at LSU, but this is now back-to-back road weekends. And if we're being completely honest, this is a series that LSU, if they didn't pee down their leg late in game 2, just like the Florida series, should have won the damn series. So I actually think A&M at home with their bubbles and all their weird stuff that they do, I think A&M gets it done against Vandy tonight. I'll lay the 1.5. Mincy, what's your third one, man?
Man, my final pick inside. They've been struggling a little bit, but I think the Florida Gators bounced back a little bit at home in South Carolina this weekend. They're minus $1.50 on Friday, which is a little bit of short price for Florida on Friday because I think they gave up 1,000 runs to Florida State on Tuesday in a midweek game. But I think they bounced back a little bit here. And also want to say, as terrible as my 2-7 record was, the first weekend I went 3-0.
That's so true. That's so true. That's
fair. Like it's always not as bad as it seems.
That's it. And I think I was 0-3.
You are. You're 0-3.
I was 0-3.
Yep.
So I was 0-3. Mincy was 3-0.
I was 2-1.
Musa went 2-1. If y'all want to throw those back in, we can. But we did. In fairness, we did say from jump we were not going to count the first weekend. But if y'all want to include them, I'm totally fine with that. Like I take no pride in this number. I'm not a college baseball handicapper. I'm trying to guess with the best. So
I think we need it.
Let me see how the rest of the season goes. That'll make a decision. Terry will tell you. I don't like losing at these things.
No, he's gonna cheat to win.
That's just not even fair. I'm legitimately winning here, and you're trying to rob me of my joy. All right, Mincy, what's going on, man? Hogs last weekend. I saw Hogs raise like $4 million last weekend.
Yeah, I ended up having a big weekend. I ended up in the penthouse of the Four Seasons all weekend, in the South Dig.
That's so ridiculous.
Ended up there all weekend. $4.3 million from Hogs. The weather was perfect. Couldn't have been better. This weekend, I'm playing the $1,700 World Series of Poker Chicago main event tomorrow in Grand Victoria Casino, about an hour west of here. And the last poker tournament I played, I got 8th, but Dave Portnoy almost killed me for missing that Monday. I missed a Barstool event over it, so there's no Barstool event Monday. So but it's like $200K plus the first. So we firing. I'm feeling good. My last 2 poker tournaments, I got 22nd out of 850 and 8th out of 225. So we're feeling elite.
That a babe. All right, Mincy the Destroyer is on the prowl. Mincy, it's always great to chat, man. Thanks for doing this on Fridays. We'll catch up soon.
Love it. Thanks, DraftKings, too. Let's get some money.
Let's do it. That is Ben Mintz. Of course, DraftKings is Barstool partner. Barstool's a DraftKings sportsbook partner, as are we here. So we're happy to collab on that and talk a little college baseball. I'm genuinely surprised that I'm actually doing well on this. Like, I know nothing about it. I picked, like, I'm telling you, one of my strategies, I'm going to go on the board, find the biggest number, and I'm going to take the under on a Friday. It just happens to be Utah, Arizona State. I don't even know if that's the one I hit on last week. But anyway, managing okay so far.
Keep doing it.
Hey, we're brought to you by Evermore. You came in today and gave me an unsolicited review of Evermore.
I did. I stopped to get some water before the baseball game yesterday, I think it was, and was scanning the cooler and saw Evermore. Got a big old jug of it.
Because you've heard me talk about it.
Because I've heard you talk about it, it was phenomenal.
What did you like about it?
It was smooth. Yes, like it just went down easier, and I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
It's great tasting,
and I drink a lot of water.
You should get. So these are the 64 ounces. You can get these at Rouse's or other stores. Like buy these.
Yeah.
And just carry this around with you. You have a 64-ounce bottle, right? Drink 2 of these a day, and you're great. Do you want this one? You can drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can drink it.
Can I have that?
Absolutely. That's a 32. So you can get like the 6-pack of 32, the 6-pack of the 20-ouncers. I'll put my 64-ouncer up here just for the product placement.
It was good. It really was.
It's fantastic. It's natural artesian water. It comes out of a well in the ground. There's nothing added. There's nothing taken away. It's not like they're taking water from your municipality where they're just doing a filter and a purifier. No. If you look at some of the other bottles, I know you got one around here. It'll say like minerals added for taste. Like read the labels. You'll see it's not just water. There's stuff added and taken out of it. This is literally it's a healthier option. Just water from a natural well in the ground. They put in a bottle. It's amazing. It's Evermore. Okay, it's after further review. Quick break. Come back. Let's delve into LSU-Tennessee. What you expect to see. We're a little more than an hour away from first pitch game 1. We'll get into that. We'll also talk at LSU spring game at the bottom of this hour as well, what we're expecting to see. Stay here. It's AFR.
AFR.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Real slow, what the fellas be yelling?
Morale.
Talk to me now.
Cruising down the street.
Real slow, what the fellas be yelling?
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, LSU and Tennessee game one. We're a little more than an hour and 10 minutes away. Feels like a make-or-break series for LSU. You're 3-9. If you drop this weekend or get swept, you hit the halfway point at 3-12, 4-11. That's kind of a wrap. I don't know how you dig yourself out. We talked to Kendall Rogers here yesterday of D1 Baseball. His feeling was he thought like LSU could get into regional play with 12 or 13 SEC wins and maybe a win or two in Hoover. But realistically, if you get to 14 in conference play, you should be in regionals. That was kind of the impression I got from it. If you hit 15, you're there. But you got to get to 14. So it means you need to find 11 wins somewhere the rest of the way out of 18 with 18 to go. So my target is you need to be 11-7 over your next 18. If you're 11-7 over your next 18, that puts you at 14-16 in the league. I think you're going to be in Hoover. and you should be good for regional play there. So if that's the case, this is one of those weekends where to get there, you need
a couple.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
You got to have one.
Yes, it's not impossible, but this is one of those weekends where you got to have one, and boy, it'd be so nice to get two and win a series. What do you think about switching Jump and Holman? So Jump's going to go tonight, Holman game 2, and then game 3 is going to be TBA.
Look, I think both of them have kind of been, obviously your most consistent. We've seen Holman early in the year, like really, really good. He's stumbled a little bit here recently. He's gotten touched up a little bit, gotten hit a little bit. So I don't hate it. Jump does have electric stuff. If he's locating his fastball, he's going to be a problem. So I don't hate him switching those two.
What about playing in that park? This is
it's like a high school field with a lot of bleachers. It's like a high school field. It's like you're playing in a high school state championship.
It's 320 down the lines. I think it's 365 to the alleys. Muse, did you ever look up the dimensions? It's okay if not. I don't know if you knew it offhand. I'll look it up. But
it plays much smaller than that too. It really does.
It's a bandbox. I mean, it's the ball carries, it travels.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tennessee has 89 homers because it's a tiny field. And yeah, go ahead. 390 to center.
390 to center, 320 down the lines, and 360 to the alleys.
The 360 to the alleys is the that's short.
So for context, the box is 330 down the line. It's 405 to center and 385 to the alleys. So you're talking about 25 feet shorter in the power alleys. Like, those are long fly balls. Anywhere else, they're home. You're changing the scoreboard.
And that's where most of them are hit in the alleys. The ones that are probably going to be homers.
So Tennessee has 89 homers. They had 338 as a team. LSU struggled offensively, but they do have pop. Is this a weekend where, like, my feeling is if you're LSU offensively, you have to go into this weekend looking to elevate the baseball because of how the field plays.
You do, but you need to play clean baseball. And I'm not talking about on the air line. I'm talking about base running, executing, moving runners. Like, you need to go old school. If we can score a run, if we have guys in scoring position, we got to score that guy. Yeah. Like, you just got to, screw the, swing for the fences stuff. I think clean baseball would have given them, a couple more wins this year in the SEC. And this is taking the errors and stuff away from it. This is just, you get a guy on or a double with no outs, you get him to third base, you get him in somehow.
You certainly would have won game 2 against Vanderbilt and game 2 against Florida.
But there's been a lot of times, man, where it's been first and second, no outs.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Look, I'll give you the situation last weekend. Right. You're in the game against Vanderbilt. You get runner to third with you have first and third with one out, and you're down a run. You first, third, one out, and Milam's up, and he rolls over one to second base, grounds into a double play. You're out of the inning.
He had the same situation, and he smashed one. First and third, no outs, or one out. He smashed one to the shortstop. Guy didn't score. Hit the ball hard on the button, but he didn't score. So that's an example of not playing, that I'm not a proponent of the bunt all the time, but score the guy. Safety squeeze. Just get him in somehow.
I'll say it again. I know everybody always points when we talk about bunting. I am always okay bunting for a hit or bunting to score a run because, of course, you would exchange an out for a run. It's no different than a sacrifice fly.
That's right.
What I'm never okay with is bunting to advance a runner because there is no mathematical probability. There's no situation where your mathematical probability of scoring a run increases when you give up an out to advance a runner. That's when I always say never bunt. So guy gets on first and you bunt him to second, I'm never going to be okay with that. I'm never okay giving up an out. You want to bunt for a hit? They're shifting and you lay down a bunt to get on base? Absolutely. Third baseman's playing back, you lay down a bunt to try to beat a throw? Absolutely. I'm good with that. Get on base. Get the merry-go-round going. You have a chance to give up an out to score a run? 100%. Yeah, score the run.
Yep.
So I'm with you. I mean, that's one of those things with Milam last week. If you could have got that run home, Muse pointed out, like, you could have run the P-Money special, man. You could have started the runner just to avoid the double play. You're getting the run home. He's going on contact from third base. You're getting the run home. So, yes, I agree with you. It feels like this team has sat back a lot and waited on the big fly when instead of pressuring a defense and trying to create offense.
And look, a lot of that is by design.
No doubt.
I think Jay alluded to it a little bit last week. Like we're putting all the chips out. Like we're doing everything we can to win ball games. And I think that's kind of what he meant. Like, I get it. You guys want to swing here because it's, you want to hit the ball over the fence and drive runs in and get RBIs and have good stats and all that. But screw your stats. We need to win ball games. And he's going to start to feel that pressure. Look, he's got a year or two where he's not going to feel it. But at some point, you're going to have to say, hey, guys, like we're playing baseball.
Yeah.
And the team that touches home plate more than the other team is the team that wins the ball game.
LSU and Tennessee, 6:30 first pitch tonight for Game 1. We'll see Gage jump for LSU. Game 2 will be interesting. You'll have Drew Beam from Tennessee. You'll have Luke Holman from LSU. I get what Jay's doing. He's looking at it saying, okay, I'll have my best in Game 2 with an opportunity either to avoid losing the series or a chance to win the series, depending on what happens in Game 1. And you have Gage jump against TBA. So, whatever.
Who's going tonight?
Who's going tonight for Tennessee? Muse. I know y'all mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Gage Jump's going tonight.
Jump's going tonight.
Who's going for Tennessee?
Chris Stamos, little crafty lefty reliever for them.
They had their Friday night guy had been the Jacksonville State transfer.
We haven't announced Sunday yet, have we?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
TBA on Sunday. So, I mean, look, it's Tennessee hates LSU. It's the Vitello thing. It's LSU beat them twice in Omaha last year. You beat them in the series here at the box last year, which was a great. I mean, there was so much energy in that series at the box, which was awesome. This is an unenviable task, having to go on the road when you're deep in the hole. You're in the SEC, and you got to go to Tennessee and try to win a series.
And this is
four straight series.
And look, this Tennessee team can. I mean, they've got more homers than the team last year, right? I mean, they can hit. They're a team that can hit the ball.
I don't know, man. I don't know that I'm really confident about LSU winning this weekend. But if you find a way to scratch one today, and you've got Holman going tomorrow with a chance to win the series, I would love my odds in that scenario. But I think more likely, which you're probably seeing, is you're going tomorrow to try to steal a game, with Holman on the bump, or to win a game with Holman on the bump, and then see if you can steal the series on Sunday, however it may go. But see if Tigers get off to a good start today. All right, it's after further review. Busy weekend. Of course, we got LSU-Tennessee this weekend, but you also got the LSU spring game Saturday in Tiger Stadium, and then the Pels play tonight against the Warriors after getting a win last night. You locked into the Pels?
A little bit. Getting there.
I don't believe you.
I am.
I'm excited about them, dude. I think, well, we'll talk about when we come back. It's AFR. Stick around.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Action Industries. Check out our friends over at Action Industries since 1982. Yes, they do. Look, they're a great commercial contractor. They service the plants, the petrochemical and refinery markets, all the plants up and down the river that have, what they mean for our state. But on top of that, our friends over at Action Industries also have fabrication shop services. They offer food-grade fabrication. They do work with one of the largest coffee brands in the world. It's Action Industries. They offer pipe, structural steel, pressure vessel fabrication. Look in their pipe fabrication. They fabricate in separate shops, alloy and carbon steel, so they keep the two sections segregated. They're an ASME certified vessel manufacturer. They have all three stamps, R, S, and U. They got them all. It's Action Industries. And also, look, if you maybe have one of these mega projects going on and you need to supplement your labor, Action Industries can help you there as well. It's Action Industries. Check them out online or on LinkedIn. It's Action Industries.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
It's such a tremendous blessing to have this opportunity and an opportunity to coach this team. That group of guys in the locker room, they're resilient, they stick together, they go out each and every night and give it everything they have. And to your point, it's hard to beat a team 5 times in a season. And just a gutsy effort on our part.
Pels 5-0 this year against the Kings. Man, they blew the doors off of them early, coasted to the win. Kings made a run, as every NBA team would, but C.J. McCollum was awesome last night, and the Pels win. And one of the things about this Pelicans team, they're back tonight, second of a back-to-back. Again, the one thing that stinks about the West Coast road swing is all the tips are at 9 p.m. So they played at 9 against Portland. They played at 9 last night. 9 o'clock again, Central Time, tonight against Golden State. This is a tough one. Warriors are playing well, and the Warriors are – the only thing about Golden State is you wonder, because they are locked into the play-in, are they playing for? Like, are they going all out? I guess it's worth that's worth seeing how that part of it plays out. But the Pelicans have been awesome on the road this year. We talked about it. Actually, Willie Green was asked about that last night. Like, why has this team been so good on the road?
It's extremely difficult to win any game in the NBA, let alone go in someone else's building and carve out a win. I don't necessarily have the answers, I'm going to be honest with you, of how we're doing it, but we are. And we're going to take those positives and keep trying to build on them. But it's good to know that we can go on the road and be together and win games at a high level.
Hey, let me there's a lot of direction I go, but let me just ask you, all the years that we've done radio together, some things that your experiences stick out to me that I'll remember. And one of the things I know that you told me years and years ago, that is, I think the way you phrased it, and correct me if I'm wrong, is one of the most underrated things, or things people never talk about enough. That's one of the most impactful in professional sports is travel. Mm-hmm. And now you played Major League Baseball, so how many flights would you take in a year? Ballpark it. 162 games?
Yeah, to 50? And from. To and from the series, 81 of those games are on the road.
But you're not flying between every game because you're playing series, right?
Yeah. So divide that by 3. So 81 divided by 3 is what?
30 to late upper 20s, 30s, and both
Times
ways.
2.
So let's say
50.
50, 60 flights, okay?
Yep.
50, 60 times you're up, you're down, your hotel, whatever. And you've told me before about like the toll that travel takes. Now, in the NBA, you're playing 82 games, so it's about half the number of flights. But the difference is, well, actually, it's probably not actually because you're not playing series. Like the Pels played last night in Sacramento. They got on a plane and flew to San Francisco. And they're going to play tonight. After the game, they're going to fly home to New Orleans, right? So it's probably even more flights. And you're talking about dudes that are 6'8", 6'10", 7 feet, like huge people on planes and all the travel. So when you see New Orleans have the success that they've had on the road this year, and Willie Green just said he can't put a finger on it.
Yeah.
Like, to what would you attribute a team that's better on the road? That they're 27-14 on the road this year. New Orleans is like, and then their home record is 21-18. So, to what would you attribute that? Their ability to have more success on the road than at home?
I mean, I would say, the home atmosphere sucks and there's nobody there and it's just there's not a whole lot of intensity, but we know that's not the case.
It's the case, man. I was there last week against Orlando, and it was good, man. The vibe was good, especially like when you get in the lower bowl. I mean, you'll see a spattering empties in the upper, but
so a lot of times when you have a young team, guys that have some energy and can recover faster and all that, I mean, the road trips don't bother you quite as much. CJ's a vet, obviously been around for a while. I mean, you do have some guys that have been around for a while, but for the most part, we're talking about guys that are in their it's a young Pelicans team, that the contributors, the guys that are out there. Obviously CJ, not one of those guys, but so I would say that could play into it a little bit. But man, I'm kind of with Willie. It's baffling. It's not like they're getting hammered at home and then just play great on the road. I mean, they're playing pretty good at home too. I mean, this is a team that's got a good record, both home and away. But it's historic on the road.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd say historic, but they have been remarkably good at home. I was looking at thinking about old rosters, and maybe how they might fare. Like the oldest roster in the NBA this year is the Milwaukee Bucks, and they're 18-20 on the road. So I mean, they got a sub 500 record on the road. This is a team that's 49-31. The Lakers, an old roster, right? 17-21 on the road. Now the Lakers aren't very good either way, but the point is, I think the point remains there might be some merit to that.
Huh?
Like when you're a younger team, maybe you recover faster. You're just going to be better, a little more energy on the road.
And you're excited to go play at those places. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you're excited to go in those arenas and go to those cities. Like once you've been there, done that a few times, it's kind of like, Like
I'm looking here, like the let's see, Clippers. Let me look at the Clippers. I'm doing this on the fly, so forgive me. Clippers on the road this year are Clippers on the road are 26-15, and then let me look at the Warriors. Just one more. This is the last one I'm gonna look at here is Golden State's road record. Golden State on the road this year these are the older rosters in the NBA, 25-16. So actually they had some success. Some of the older ones did, but again, to your point, some of the older rosters, the Lakers, the Bucks didn't have the success. Maybe that's part of it. See if the Pels can get going tonight with a game against the Dubs. 2 to play. You get a 1-game lead if you're just kind of looking at the standings with 2 to play. You're in the 6th seed as of right now, so you're in the playoffs. So you avoid the play-in, which of course is what they're looking to do. But you're just a game ahead of Phoenix. So if the Pels and the Suns end up tied, Phoenix will have the tiebreaker. So you need to maintain that game advantage with 2 to play. So look, I don't know that I feel great about the Pels tonight at Golden State. I feel really good about them Sunday at home against the Lakers, because the Lakers probably will be resting guys at that point because they should be locked in. The Pels might have something to play for.
Yeah.
And you should have the great environment and all the things that you just talked about. But Phoenix has 2 to play right now. They're at the Kings tonight, and then Sunday they're at Minnesota. So they are going to have to travel. This is a 3-game road swing for Phoenix to finish the season. You really need them to drop one, and you should be fine. So
Minnesota will probably be resting guys.
Maybe. Well, I mean, they're right there for the 1 seed. How much does that really matter to them with Denver? We'll see. But I mean, they're right there. So it kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, in the first round, like they're gonna have home court in the first round. If you're the 1 or the 2, does it really matter? I don't know that really does matter whether you're the 1 or the 2. However it may go, they may just say we got what we want, which is home court in the first round, and let it go how it may.
Yeah.
So in any event, we'll see. Pels tonight on the road again, second of a back-to-back. They beat they beat Sacramento last night. Golden State tonight. They'll come home and play the Lakers on Sunday. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com, new and certified pre-owned. In Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. Weather is going to be awesome this weekend. Great opportunity to get on by and test drive a new Volkswagen from South Point Volkswagen. I've told you, we've converted basically our whole family. Went and had lunch yesterday with my godparents. They're now Volkswagen drivers as well. They got an Atlas. My parents... My mom drives an Atlas. My dad drives a Tiguan. Of course, Erica and I drive a Cross Sport. She drives an Atlas. My cousin Steven's got an Atlas Cross Sport. We've converted the whole family. We're a Volkswagen family now because when you go test drive a Volkswagen, you'll understand if you've never driven one. You're going to get all of the style, the feel, the performance, the luxury, the great German engineering, all the things, and you're going to sit behind it and you go, this isn't a luxury vehicle. This isn't a luxury vehicle price. Yeah, and you get all the safety features as well. Great peace of mind. Hey, speaking of graduation, you were talking about that earlier, all the graduates?
Yeah.
You want to get the
whoever?
Yeah. Slade. A car for graduation?
Yeah.
Do you know a Slade? LSU tight ends coach, Slade Nagel.
I know a Slade, yeah.
Do you know a Slade?
A couple of them.
But you want to get something that's affordable that they're going to love, but you're going to be grateful because it's safe? Get them a Volkswagen. 0% for 60 months on Tiguan right now. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? All right, y'all. We'll do Ask Ryan to wrap up the show, so start lining up your questions. You can get them in. In the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400, or you can tweet us at Matt Moscona or at 1045 ESPN. Do you have any thoughts on spring game? If you weren't here last hour or hour 1, I gave my thoughts. My 5 biggest things I'm looking for in the spring game. I want to see the DBs. I want to see quarterback 2, how that battle goes with A.J. Swan and Ricky Collins. Definitely looking at the second unit lines of scrimmage because, the first offensive line is dominating this first defensive line. I want to look at the 2s there. Definitely interested in the early enrollees, and does Kyron Lacey continue to just be on fire like he's been all spring? Is there? I don't know how much merit you put into a spring game at all. I know you're shrugging your shoulders.
I mean, I think this is a great opportunity for people to get hurt. That's what I think. I think, I'd like to go all the things that you just said. I'd like to see that as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in, especially in some of the areas that we know that this team is going to be light in: defensive back, defensive line. You want to make sure that the guys that we have are there and healthy and can actually play. You have some DBs that are coming off of injury, 2 guys, right, last year that we lost for the year.
Well, Zay Alexander's not going to play. J.K. Johnson's back, and I think he needs some run. He missed all of last season. Look, but the guys who are set, like Will Campbell, Emory Jones, like the guys that or Mason Taylor, like they're locked into their spots. I mean, Muse is asleep at the wheel over there. Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right, Muse.
Mason Taylor?
Mason Taylor! You got to say it again because, I didn't hear you. I was reading something.
It's all good.
Those dudes are locked into their spots.
Right.
So, I don't need to see anything from those guys. I don't need to see them play at all if they don't want to. I'm more interested in the guys that are vying for, depth, trying to elevate the new guys who are early enrollees. They left high school early for this. Let me see those guys. That's who I'm interested to see in the spring game. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll now get our final break of the show, come back, wrap up with a little Ask Ryan. Don't you move, it's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's with 70 locations. Lake Charles to Orange Beach, Alabama. How about that?
That's a lot. I've been to the one in Orange Beach.
You know what? So have I.
It's a good one.
They're all good.
Yeah.
They're all great, as a matter of fact. Need dinner tonight? Don't want to cook? Easy. Go to Rouse's. They have something for everyone. Look, you can go and get platters or trays or or like to-go meals where everybody in the family can get what they want. You box up what they want. Does Mama want sushi? Great, little grab and go sushi. You want a little? You know what I love there?
What?
They
Teriyaki bowls.
Oh my god.
Yep, they're good.
Have you seen me eat a teriyaki bowl?
No, but I get them. They're good. The teriyaki bowls are good.
Oh my god, dude, the chicken and shrimp teriyaki bowl.
They have the rice and the noodles. You
I
can
like
either
the
one.
rice. I think I'm gonna do that tonight for dinner.
They're good.
Or you need to go make groceries. You want Evermore?
Mm.
You know where you get it? You go to Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Dan Juan Cigar Bar. We always wrap up with the last grind, so get your questions in. You want to ask
again.
Why?
I don't know.
Regular or Diet Dr. Pepper?
Regular.
Oh, really? I like Diet Dr. Pepper.
I drank one for lunch today.
You know what I had yesterday was a root beer. I had a root beer forever. Really enjoyed it.
John has been
You like
buying root beers.
You like root beer?
Big
I like
root beer
root
guy.
Big root, are you really?
Yeah.
Are you a root beer snob? Like, what's your favorite root beer?
I don't really. I like kind of like them all. But my favorite is Barks.
Barks.
I'm A&W.
Dad's.
A&W solid.
A&W
solid,
root beers.
man.
Paulie, you a root beer guy? You like root beer?
Can't stand root beer.
No. Oh wow,
Really?
really?
I can't stand it.
That was strong.
Impressive. Wow.
Damn.
I like
Root beer do to you, Paul.
I don't know whatever did you, Paul. My goodness.
Damn, Paulie.
Wow.
Got edge.
Does have edge. Ask Ryan, William Schmidt end up at LSU?
Ooh, boy, I sure hope so. Because he's really throwing his butt off right now.
That's William Schmidt for Kyle.
Yeah.
Had a scout tell me he's going to go top 10 in the draft.
I hope he goes top 10 in the draft, too. I've coached him since he was 9. He good.
Can you convince him to come? So would he come down? Would he eschew millions to come to campus?
Maybe a couple millions, but not like 5 millions.
Yeah, he's not coming to campus. All right, y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, get to remind you about the Williamson Eye Center. Call 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. You know one thing that bothers me? So I have a sister-in-law. You know her. She went to your high school.
Okay.
And she puts on these blue light glasses.
Yeah.
They're not real glasses. They're just like you put them on to protect
Good
her
screens.
Yeah. But it's like she wants to wear glasses just to wear glasses. And I'm like, you know what?
Does she look cute in glasses?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
she thinks she does.
I don't think it's even that.
Oh.
I think she just wants to wear glasses. It's like it's more like an accessory.
Okay.
And for someone who is born genetically has terrible eyesight, it's almost like an offense. Like when people who have great hair shave their head. You know what I mean? And I'm bald. But anyway, my point is, I don't know where I was going with that. Point is, ditch the contacts and glasses forever. Get rid of them forever. Call the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020, or online, williamsoneye.com.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $22,500 off the new 23 Ram 1500 SCA truck. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $22,500 off the new Ram 1500 truck. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years